Yeah.
What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Why can't you, baby? Why can't you? Hi, guys. We made it. And
It's Charlie Angus here from Midas Canada, the Resistance Tour, and I watch the Bin Podcast Network. You got to watch it. Sign up, follow them.
Now, I don't want to be the one to call Charlie Angus a liar. But does he actually watch the Bin Podcast?
What the?
I don't see him.
Shut up, Tim.
I don't see him in the chat.
He doesn't talk. He's just a lurker. He lurks.
He just lurks.
He's just lurking right now. What's the matter with you? We're gonna need somewhere to go when this place is completely insolvent. Oh wait, it is. That we're gonna talk about that today. Oh, I gotta find my Cuba clip. We watched Trump's speech last night. Yuck.
Yo, why is oil through the fucking roof?
Because dumbass decided to ruin everything.
Yo, it's up $11 today.
Because of his little fucking charade last night.
Jesus Christ.
Which pretty much gave Iran the straight and said, keep it.
Wow. I was just checking the old stock market, and I came across oil is up $11 right now today to $111. $111. We're talking like this is 2000. This is like 2002 oil prices.
It could only good happen.
I'm sorry. Peak pandemic oil prices is what we have currently.
Yeah, because this guy's really stupid. Do you want the button or the names?
Ooh, I want the button.
Well, Billy's first, so go ahead and get ready.
I like buttons.
Let us say hello to the beautiful people. Billy.
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
Our man on the street, Chrissy.
We got rubber. Go! Freeze, sir! Freeze!
Freeze! The Dark Lord Greg.
They were here to, quote, kick some ass.
Everyone's favorite, Miss LB. Hi, Gina.
I literally have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Shut up, Roland. You don't know me. Binsters assemble.
Love how fucking square it is.
So I see Faraj just gonna be the dude who just keep a triple like of oh, Jesus.
Tell me about it. So
why are they so stupid? Oh, lost missionary. What up, Scott? I tried to say this yesterday and it banned me on YouTube. I was like, oh. Oh, okay. Sensitive, I see. Pup galaxy full of stars.
I did this. Why can't you?
Indeed. No, my mom has to deal with the fact that people cuss.
It can only good happen.
Trusty ape.
I love Tesla.
We Shazadi.
No fucking way.
Gina says, I guess Iran wasn't messing around when they said $200 a barrel. No, they were not. What? My ex-landlord stole my electronics and deleted everything. I'm fleeing. No, don't come here. It's dangerous.
You cry, you're making me cry. Life's hard enough as it is. You don't want to cry anymore.
Portland's pretty sick, I hear. It's a pretty laid-back, chill place. I wouldn't mind spending some time there.
The West Coast is a pretty laid-back, chill place, except for like LA. I want to say.
Which is the land of make-believe.
Yes.
You have no decency. You have no honor.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor.
So, Mikey,
Would
before we
you
get
be
to
mine?
the Trump speech,
Uh-huh.
I was promising this last week or in the last episode.
Okay. What's this?
This, gentlemen and ladies and people of all shapes and sizes, is Connecticut voter, or not Connecticut, the United States by voter ID law. The darker the green, the more strict their voter ID laws.
Okay.
Pick a state, Mikey.
Illinois.
Illinois. That's Wisconsin. Where's Illinois? There we go. No required documentation to vote in Illinois.
Yeah, because it's fine.
Yeah, because it's let's see, California, no required documentation to vote. Let's pick Texas. Texas requires a photo ID. Voters who do not possess an acceptable form of voter ID cannot obtain one may present a supporting form of ID and execute a reasonable impediment declaration. So in Texas, you should have a voter ID, and if you don't, you have some sort of backup documentation, and you can fill out a form saying that you couldn't get one. Let's see. Let's pick. Oh, what is this? New Hampshire? Man, what do you got to do in New Hampshire to get fucking to vote?
A whole paragraph.
Christ, this is like granola crunchy New England too. So let's see what's going on here. Strict voter ID. If the supervisor of the checklist determines that the voter's qualifications and identity are established, the voter shall be allowed to vote. So this is the person in charge of the voter ID list.
Yeehaw.
If the supervisor of the checklist determines that the voter's qualifications and identity have not been established, the voter shall not be allowed to vote. A voter not allowed to vote because of the determination of the supervisor of the checklist may make an immediate appeal to a superior court. Damn.
I want a manager.
They're strict up there in New Hampshire. What about New York? Nope. No documentation required to vote in New York. Hey, what about Connecticut?
And that's why no Republicans ever win in New York ever. There's not a Republican Party in New York because of, like, I love this chart because it just goes to show places that actually have people in them don't have a lot of voter fraud. Actually, most of the time in these highly populous cities, people don't vote at 80%, 90%. They vote at like 45 and 55%.
Question from Chrissy in the chat. Question. Are those states that have strict voter ID requirements Republican-controlled states by any chance?
Are you talking about Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio?
New Hampshire is considered a purple state, by the way, so kind of.
Yeah.
Wisconsin has strict voter ID laws. Strict photo ID. I wonder what that means. We'll have to go down and look later. What about the great state of Florida?
Florida.
Photo ID requested. If photo ID not present, the voters vote on a provisional ballot, and election officials compare the signature on it to the signature on record. Signatures are security theater. They don't actually fucking mean anything.
Just kidding. They don't mean anything.
Let's see. What about Arkansas? That's where Tons is from. Strict voter ID.
Must vote on a left-handed possum.
If ID is not present, the voter votes on a provisional ballot and must return by Monday the following the election at 12 p.m. to show their ID. So in Arkansas, if you can't provide your photo ID, you have 6 days to figure it out. And if you can't, then your ballot don't count. Let's see. Where did it go? Washington's got some sort of voter ID. Washington State, voter ID requested, photo not required. Washington holds all elections by mail.
Mail in your ID.
So the ID that they're requiring here is that your address and name are correct on the ballot when you get your ballot.
Again, it's not like America has 80 to 90% voter participation. It's closer to 50%.
So this provision only impacts a few voters. If you can't get mail in Washington, then you can't vote. That's really what impacts you the most.
And you have to pay $100.
Yes. Oregon, no document required to vote in Oregon. They also vote completely by mail up there in Oregon.
This guy says Washington State, Arizona, and Cali are the worst offenders. There's not an offense being committed. It's not a law there. Restructure your brain, sir. Like, you got shit. They're breaking the rules that I set for myself.
The rules.
Well, they have their own constitution. They have their own secretaries of state. Each state gets to decide how to do their own election.
Ooh, I can select the District of Columbia if I try hard enough. Here we go. Oh, the District of Columbia does not require any form of voter ID?
Yeah.
Wow. I really thought the district would have had something.
We were at the point of voting in like American Idol. Text Dems at 111 Idol 01. If you want Kamala Harris, you Idol 02. And Kamala's in the camera just like they do.
All right, we'll do a few more. I want to pick on a couple of battleground states. So Georgia has strict voter ID requirements. If ID is not presented, the voter provides a provisional ballot and must show the ID within 3 days. So in Georgia, if you don't have a photo ID at the polls, they give you 3 days to come up with one. If not, you can't vote.
Nick says, I mean, worst offenders, as in they take abnormally long, a long time to get the results in.
What's
I mean, California, or Washington State, Arizona, and California. So California is huge.
Yeah, California is the most populous state in the country.
There's
55 million people live there.
There's a lot of people in there. That's why they always take her. And then what was the other ones? Arizona
has
what's
shitty
Arizona?
election administration. That's their problem. And
I mean, they did like 6 recounts in 2020.
Yeah. And
fucking stupid.
Washington votes by mail, so sometimes that takes a bit of time.
So there's your answer for the delay.
And I would say also New York takes a long time. Florida is notorious for fucking up their elections.
Hanging chads.
New York City specifically is takes a long time because also 8 million people live in that city. So it takes a while to get in New York. Although it's New York, so.
Christy says the Democrats need to be pushing hard against this very clear attempt at election rigging. They need to point out that if the federal government requires ID, then they should be providing it for free. That's what we were saying.
Yep.
Because if not, you are violating the 24th Amendment and you are instituting a poll tax.
Yes. We'll pick on one more state here, Arizona, which was mentioned. Arizona also has strict non-photo ID laws. So if an ID is not presented, the voter provides a provisional ballot and they have 5 days to show ID. But it says strict non-photo ID.
So they probably have something similar to like Illinois. Like we get a voter's card and like they'll send it out maybe a couple of weeks, 4 weeks, like before the election. And it's like got your polling place, what your exact electoral district is and all that kind of stuff on there. And then you can take that in. I usually just show that to people. And they're like, oh, you need to be in this line. Oh, I'm like, oh, my bad.
Here's a very
where go? Okay. Where go? Where go?
I don't know what to do. Please tell me what to do.
Hi, sir. What can I help you with? I just smile and blankly hand them the paper. Okay, go that way. All right.
Someone asked, I think it's the same person, why does Arizona take so long? You touched on it a bit. Can you expand? Arizona takes a long time, often because the people in charge of their elections are inept.
They
Like,
don't have as many people as many. Like they have more
No, they're-
problems than they have people in Arizona. Like they should be
It's-
able to run this fucking smoothly.
here's what the actual problem is with Arizona. One, Arizona, I believe, is in 2 time
Rattlesnakes?
zones. The rattlesnakes. They're in 2 time zones, I think.
Are they?
They might be. And no, because Arizona doesn't believe in daylight savings time.
I was about to
so
say, are
it's-
you sure? They're just a mountain.
But Arizona has been a battleground state in the last couple presidential elections, and there are lawsuits after lawsuits and recounts after recounts, and that slows down the administration of elections. But Arizona is not known for their well-organized elections.
They need a new Secretary of State.
Yeah. So, Mikey, this is a bit of a quirk in the system here. Most states with strict voter identification requirements have some exceptions. And these exceptions may include people who have religious objections to being photographed. Who would have a religious problem with being photographed?
You're not going to steal my soul and put it on a piece of paper.
And this applies to Indiana, Kansas, Mississippi, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Tennessee, and Wisconsin.
AKA they got warrants. It's funny.
You can claim an exemption in North Carolina and Texas for not having an ID due to a recent natural disaster. Apparently, natural disasters are common enough in Texas and in North Carolina, where if you don't have a photo ID, you're like, well, a hurricane blew it away.
Tornadoes.
Oh, the Amish don't like to be photographed. The Amish do vote. They are citizens.
Look, I'm gonna need them to get over that shit. Bro, y'all been living off the fucking, off the grid for like 200 something years. So come on, get your goddamn picture taken. All right. Don't nobody want to be hanging out with y'all. No one wants to invade your little community.
So, in addition to all these voter ID laws, first-time voters may face additional requirements. From the Federal Help America Vote Act, mandates that all states require identification for first-time voters who register to vote by mail and have not provided verification of their identification at the time of registration. So, on top of all the individual state voter ID laws that exist, there's also, if you register to vote for the first time, you still have to show ID and stuff. Some states tie it into DMV stuff.
That's the best way when you have all of your documents is when you're trying to get a fucking license plate sticker or some shit.
So the SAVE Act is not really doing anything new here. The only thing it's changing is that you can't use your fucking driver's license to vote.
Yeah.
You need a fucking passport in all 50 states.
Well, at least for registration.
At least for registration. And then it depends on what each state wants to do, I suppose, for when you go to actually vote.
And maybe it's because I live in the best state ever. You could 100 people could follow me into my polling station and go vote, and none of that shit would count because we have our designated polling stations. I can't just vote wherever I want. My vote with my name on it only counts if it shows up in this specific area.
So one more battleground state, Pennsylvania, has a strict voter ID law that was enacted in 2012, but it's not in place because the state Supreme Court struck it down.
Because it's a fucking poll tax.
So the Pennsylvania, which has a very mixed politically legislature, enacted a voter ID law, and the state Supreme Court was like, that you can't do that. We're not doing that.
Hi, Viper. Hi, PC.
Ooh, I'm getting a spice attack.
So that's a quick education on United States voter ID laws. If anyone wants to know the citation for this, it's the National Conference of State Legislatures. They update this every year. And they also update details of each state's voter ID laws. We're not going to go into that because it's very long for the most part, but
tedious.
I'll put it in the chat.
Chris C says business has been slow this week. To be brutally honest, SG shakes fist towards America and Israel. Put your link to your shop in the chat so we can add it to the description, please and thank you. We're trying to scare up some business here.
Yeah, if you guys want to look up the individual state stuff, I posted it in the chat.
It's time.
Oh boy, and we're watching this at what, 1 1/4 speed?
Well, I found one that says it's the whole speech in 3 minutes, and that sounds very. There we go. Here we go. BonniePaws.uk. Everybody get over there now and subscribe to the newsletter or something. Chris will let us know the best way that you can help. Go buy everything. Purchase 100 of each thing. And then wait a year for it to be shipped. And don't complain.
What is he shipping it through the Strait of Hormuz?
Shut up. We're gonna get.
We are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close.
I thought you were done.
I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any.
Do you mean not let them get hurt again? Do you mean again? Because I think they're going through it already.
way, shape, or form. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia.
Yeah, dude, his nussy needs to be. He needs to put a thong on that thing.
That's gross.
He
I
needs
don't
to put some.
even want to think about that.
He needs to put some underwear around his neck flap. It's gross. It's like an inappropriate turkey gobble.
Russia combined, and that number will soon be substantially higher than that.
So many.
There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States.
Great shape for the future. Just great.
The Treasury just declared the U.S. insolvent. The media missed it. This is from March 23rd.
Wait, Scott Besson said that?
Let's see here. The U.S. government is insolvent. That's not hyperbole. It's a conclusion drawn directly from the U.S. Treasury Department's own consolidated financial statements for fiscal year 2025, released last week to near total media silence. The numbers: $6.06 trillion in assets against $47.78 trillion in total liabilities as of September 30th, 2025. We have so much fucking debt, dude. Importantly, the $47.78 trillion is reported liabilities that does not include the unfunded obligations of the social insurance program like Social Security and Medicare, which are self-funded, by the way. For all those people who keep complaining about them, they're self-funded.
Yeah.
Those are disclosed separately.
Yeah,
those are disclosed separately in an off-balance sheet statement of SOSI. The government's consolidated balance sheet position, excluding the SOSI, deteriorated by nearly $2.07 trillion between 2024 and 2025, reaching a staggering negative $41.72 trillion. Total liabilities are now nearly 8 times the value of reported assets. The largest drivers were a $2 trillion increase in federal debt, wonder where that came from, and interest payable, now $30.33 trillion, and a $438 billion increase in federal employee and veteran benefits payable, now $15.47 trillion. Great job, morons. Great job. We freaking told you this guy didn't know what he was fucking doing. And here we are. He's ruined everything again. Great. Jesus.
Imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait.
How about fertilizer, dumbass? Where do we get our fertilizer from now that you pissed off Canada? We can't get it from Canada anymore.
And won't be taking any in the future.
It's over 9,000.
We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it.
We do need it.
We
He
need it
doesn't-
even if we don't eat the oil from it.
Right. He doesn't understand that there's a global supply of oil, and if there's a shortage in one area, it raises price in all areas.
And that's why our oil is going to be so great.
Yeah, we produce a lot of oil. We get it, but it's not enough
No,
for the
it's
nations of the world.
It's totally enough. Everybody just buy from us, he says.
Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have.
Do you think anyone is buying our fucking oil after how we've been acting? Do you think they want a fucking tanker with Trump's face spray painted on the side? No. They would go back to sticks and coal before then.
So much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before, should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it, protect it.
What?
What? I love how Trump was like, hey, we're going to war with Iran. Fuck everybody else. And now he's like, hey, guys, we're going to leave soon. So if you want to fix the stuff that we fucked up, that's on you.
Why should I be responsible for cleaning up my mess? Tues.
J. Trump.
Okay. Fucking Ollie.
Use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. When this conflict is over, the strait.
Wait. The hard part is done. You mean spending all of our money?
Right.
Launching as many, like 5,000 different strikes in a month? You don't think that had like anything to do with like the money problem we have?
I would say Trump got to do the easy part, which was command people to do things.
No, he's playing 17-dimensional chess is what I keep getting
I
told.
know. He's so fucking smart. He has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Naturally, it'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild it.
You just said buy oil from us.
Will resume the flowing and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down.
Thank you, Billy.
I don't have that much money.
$47 trillion divided by population approximately 350 million equals $13,428,571 each.
So
I ain't got it.
Put in your super chats now. Help Mikey and I pay our portion of the national debt.
You know what we could do? We could eminent domain Tesla and SpaceX. Sell all the chips he's got in his Grok fucking, what's it called? His Grok thing. Sell all the graphics cards. Just sell those on eBay.
Listen, those RAM chips are expensive right now.
That's what I'm saying. We could just sell that shit.
I think, and here's what we should do. How about responsible governing?
How about taxing the people who make the most money? Highest earners and the wealth that's sitting around gathering dust. Perhaps we should tax it.
How about stop pretending that everything is fine and we should just keep cutting taxes? Because
Like,
it's not been fine.
At what point do they realize that this debt thing is not going to go away and just tariffing broke people so that every time they go to Walmart and Dollar Tree, everything that they purchase will just, it'll just take care of everything else. What are you, stupid? Like how many trips to fucking Dollar Tree do you think these people are going to take to cover this fucking debt? Are you crazy?
How about the Republicans get their heads out of their asses, pass some real tax reform, and just, you got to raise taxes, guys. It's to the point where the country is falling apart. You gotta.
Turvit's got it here. Iran was earning $47 a barrel. That was due to sanctions and shit like that. And then $1.1 million barrels a day. Now, because dumbass lifted the sanctions on them, we're going to punish them politically, militarily, and financially. And now they're making $120 a barrel at 1.5 million barrels a day.
Right.
Like, and now the all the Russian oil that was at sea is unsanctioned. Great job, dumbass. Not only have you helped both enemies of the state, but you fucked everyone else over. Lord have mercy. Mr. Bucket's got it. Nationalize healthcare and utilities. Tax the fucking rich.
Yes.
And this is the other thing I was going to bring up in this speech, but Turvit's got it already. Iran has earned more money on Trump's oil disruption than Obama ever gave them back. It was like $1.6 billion or something that we had in their frozen assets. Bro, they made that in like an hour thanks to him. Jesus.
Ooh, 5 British pounds from Allie.
Ooh. I got a button.
Stupid, stupid, stupido.
Tim, Mikey, do you think Trump is going to do what he did to the casinos to the U.S.? He's going to screw the U.S. to get money for him. Family, my opinion. Oh, him and his family. I get it. I get it. Yes.
I think their whole goal of this administration was to tank the dollar, to destabilize the U.S. from the inside, and then he's going to flee to another country. He's not going to stay here. I don't think he's going to live long enough. His health is not great, but yeah, that was the plan.
If we watch that whole speech, his health is not great in that speech.
You know. Sounds like Watto, a little bit more every day. I'm a Tridarian. Mind tricks don't work on me.
Down very much, frankly. We are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly.
You said 1 minute earlier in this clip that you were already done. Like, I don't like, that's the one thing I hope that MAGA, when they fucking finally get to this video, after they fucking stick their heads in the sand for fucking 2 weeks or some shit, because that's what I figured out that they do, Tim. They just don't watch shit if they know it's going to make, if it's going to disprove their point, they just don't watch it.
I would like to point out something, Mikey.
Oh boy.
The EU's inflation as a whole hit 2%.
Shit.
Our inflation's at 3 and it's going up.
Yeah.
So they are in line with their forecast for inflation. And the Fed over here is barely keeping it together. And Trump is like, oh, we got to cut. We got to cut interest rates. We got to cut interest rates. It'll be better for people. Not if inflation is through the fucking roof.
He's so stupid. Chrissy says anyone who seriously thinks that the prices will go down once the conflict is over are delusional. The companies will keep prices at higher rate. Thank you for your 5 British pounds. Appreciate you. But you're 1000% correct. And it might even be just like COVID, where people were saying that they had like supply chain disruptions, and that's why they had to increase prices. And then fucking Lena Khan went in there with the FEC and was like, hey, you said you had increased inputs. Can I see that?
Right.
Oh, we actually were about to refund a whole bunch of people. I'm glad you came in. Oh, I'm glad I came in too. Like, they literally got caught with their fucking hands in the cookie jar, just inflating shit for fucking no reason. And then just blaming the supply chain.
Right. And guarantee, they've already said it's going to take at least a year for oil prices to normalize. Not even go down all the way, just normalize.
Yeah. It's going to just remain volatile at this point. And Iran's just going to be raking in money hand over fist.
And here's one thing people don't understand. Ships don't just move from place to place instantly. They take time.
There you are.
Yeah. They don't just fucking instant transmission from port to port.
But if they did, though, Tim, why aren't we working on that technology? Why are we working on instant transmission technology? Have we called Goku? Where's Master Roshi? King Kai? Can we get him on a conference call?
All those ships that may or may not be fucking just hanging out in the Strait of Hormuz, even when they get going, it's going to take them a while to get to their destination. And the value of the product that they're carrying is going to be wildly different.
Yeah. Yeah. So one tank is worth $1 billion, and the one behind us was $6 trillion. The one in front of that's worth $450 million.
And one of the reasons why the oil prices are going to take a year to normalize is because these are not day-to-day oil prices. These are contracts, monthly contracts for oil prices. The oil contract right now is for May. So the $110 or $111 they're saying for the price of oil is going to be for the May contracts. So that's still months out.
PC Pragmatic Crystal says in the chat, Kamala Harris proposed a federal ban on price gouging for food and groceries to lower costs for working families targeting excessive corporate profits. I wonder why her consultants fucking torpedoed her campaign.
Right.
Like you can't have an anti-corporatist message and then take all their money.
McKinnon says, let me tell you, I know ships. I know the ocean. Ships don't move instantly unless you have a relationship with the sea.
Like Moana.
Yeah, if you know a sea goddess or god.
Tefiti.
If you know a Neptune or something, then you might be in luck.
If you know Jason Momoa.
If you are friends with Aquaman.
Or fuck buddies.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
We don't have any more bombs left. That's the other part.
We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
We're having great talks. We're having great deals. I'm going to bomb them back to the stone. Like, dude, get grandpa in his rocking chair and put on Murder, She Wrote. He needs a blanket on his. Yes, there are.
Yes, there's a vertical and a regular. The vertical is where all the maniacs are.
Just put him in a home, guys. He can't run around talking like this.
Here's what I heard and saw, and maybe we can pull this up at some point. Fucking Alex Jones is starting to be like, the president's not well.
The turn of the frog's gay.
Megyn Kelly is like, the president's not doing great. Like the people who
Laura
are like,
Ingraham was like, can he intake the briefings?
Right. They know he has fucking dementia. They're just letting a crazy person, a crazy old guy, speak to us as though he had actual authority.
A fried turkey. I'm glad the microphone's covering up his little giblet so we don't have to fucking blur it.
It might be a strategically placed microphone.
Indecency. We're going to get fucking flagged by the bots. Jeez, Alex Jones saying to tone it down.
In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. If during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously.
That's a war crime, dickhead. Fucking war crime. Oh,
here we go.
I'm not getting the exact military goals that I want. I want to I want them to do exactly what I want. And if they don't, I'll turn off the fucking electricity to the hospitals and schools and shit. Where have we seen this before? Didn't you guys just watch this on your fucking phones for the last 2 years?
Texas Jane says, another paid trader spreading lies on YouTube. What a shame.
Texas Jane didn't even pay us, so I don't even think that's true.
So paying us for our patriotism. Allie, $5 British pound super chat.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
Tim, what's the result of the shock just before Trump's any funny moments, bets on things? What was it after it?
Oh, the stock. We're going to talk about stocks here in just a minute. I got to find that. I think I got that Pete HEGSETH thing queued up.
So I was keeping track of it a little bit. There's not too much shock in the stock market, but the futures markets for oil are losing their fucking minds.
There was some chart I saw last night. I forget who was doing the reporting. It might have been Wahaj. During his speech, the shit was going crazy.
Yeah, because the oil markets are 24 hours a day. They're not just when America is open, like the New York Stock Exchange is open. So yeah, they were reacting to Trump in real time because they're obviously traded around the world. So yeah, there was a lot of movement in commodities markets because they're traded all the time, not just the 9 to 4:30 that the U.S. stock market's open.
Exactly.
100%. And he's been giving out insider information to people and manipulating the market to calm the oil markets and the stock market, and it ain't working no more. Nobody's believing him anymore.
Are you guys on Kalshi? Money to be made for sure. I don't gamble.
I don't know what that is.
Kalshi is a betting site where you can bet on literally everything.
Oh, is that like Polymarket?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't have the money to do that.
Money's somewhat real to me. I'm not rich enough for it to be not real anymore.
We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of.
Yeah, but Israel did. Israel hit the natural gas fields.
And we told them not to do it, and they kept doing it.
All because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. We are in this military.
Yeah, he sounds very in control right now.
Operation, so powerful, so brilliant against one of the most powerful countries for.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. We're getting the full speech.
Yeah. There was a big stock rally yesterday because Trump was talking about peace, and they thought that this announcement was going to be like, we're ending the war. But after that, the stock futures market did go down, but it wasn't like 1,000 points. It was a couple hundred points. And then it opened 200 points down. I think the Dow opened 200 points down, but that's not a lot considering it's down like 4,000 points from when Pam Bondi said it was at 50,000.
But do you know the Dow's $50,000? Who owns Kalshi? Mikey, please. Oh shit.
Who does own Kalshi?
Kalshi owner. Kalshi is owned by founder MIT Tariq Mansour and Luana Lopez Lara. Oh, that guy. Oh God. He's young. He's like our age.
Breaking news, Mikey. Apparently Pam Bondi's going to be fired soon.
Yeah, she's out of here.
Apparently her and Trump got into a kerfuffle, and Trump is like, "Oh yeah, you're gone.
You didn't even hide my crimes." Check the board. Oh no. I bet one of the Trumps is going to be on there. The board of investment groups includes representatives from major venture capital firms such as Sequoia Capital Paradigm and Y Combinator.
It can only good happen.
Who owns this? Okay, here. Gambling Insider.
Heard it was Trump Jr.
Oh, okay. Well, they like to hide that shit, so I got to figure out which corporation is his. Kalshi is privately owned and currently valued at $11 billion. Kalshi board includes representatives from Paradigm, Sequoia, and Y Combinator. Also involved in 3 fundraising rounds in 2025. Investment giant Charles Schwab and Henry Kravis are both backers. In 2026, Kalshi is reported to be pursuing a $20 billion valuation as prediction markets expand beyond sports. Well, that's good. You know, at least the fucking... At least the president's kid can fucking, you know, push his weight around in there and help this grift really get off the ground. Unreal. I'm trying to find out. Because I know some of his, like, little shell companies' names. Anyway, disgusting.
My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the
Seems
successful.
so full of vigor.
Yeah, yeah, and enjoy the team at NASA who's just going to loop the moon and come back because we don't have a fucking landing vehicle because they just put it off and said Elon will take care of it, and he's not going to do it. Just wasting our money right now.
Launch of Artemis 2, it was quite something. It will be traveling further than.
What are we talking about? We were talking about Kalshi, the betting place, and who owns them and who's on their board. Apparently, the president's son is on the board of one of the betting sites. So make of that what you will.
Not shocked.
Any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are on the way.
I bet you $100 million. He has no idea how far away the moon is. I could give him
It's right there.
I could give him 200 guesses and he would not get it right.
He looked at a solar eclipse after being told not to.
I can do this. I could do this.
And God bless them. These are brave people.
He can look at things faster than the speed of light.
We want to God bless those 4 unbelievable astronauts.
One of them's black. You sure about that?
As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1
I named it.
Iran.
You know, fucking Pete Hegseth is like, what about like Epic Fury?
And Trump's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Epic Fury.
Fuck yeah. They're
like,
yes. They're like doing the Joe thing from Family Guy. He's like, Drew, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go. It's just coming up the sides.
In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before.
Speeding him up makes his slurred speech worse.
Yes.
Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone.
Yeah, Epstein's fury.
Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them, terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the...
Yeah, when he sped up, you can hear his little whimper in his voice. Batterfield.
I like this one. Go ahead, Trump. Keep insulting your opinions. And your FIFA World Cup in the U.S., you're going to be all alone. Boycotts exist.
I don't know if anybody's going to come to L.A.
No one's coming to these fucking...
And he wants to stick ice there. So what? People who are visiting to fucking watch the thing are not going to have, documentation proving that they're a citizen. So they're going to get fucking stuck in a camp. They're going to get stuck in fucking Lilly, Texas. Or Dilly, Texas. They're going to be stuck there until they get deported. Who the fuck wants to come there? Come here now.
Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak.
No, they
Their
ain't.
ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed.
One thing that they haven't said is we have killed this many troops. They haven't said that once.
Because, Iran has been planning for this for 47 years. They're just waiting us out.
Yeah.
They had a plan. I don't know why the president didn't think that they had I know why he didn't think it, but I don't know why that Pete Hegseth didn't think it.
Because Israel told him that they would be fine. And he's stupid. I'm sorry, everybody, but that motherfucker is a major. He is not a general. He is not like a high-ranking officer in the military. He did 6 years. He's a major, and he taught. He's not a combat expert. He doesn't understand any of this shit. He doesn't understand geopolitics. All he knows how to do is throw down brewskis.
And be guest host on Fox News. Like,
and they're...
it's I don't know why they didn't plan. They didn't plan for the Strait of Hormuz being shut down. They didn't plan for the fact that Iran can just outweight them.
Right.
And they didn't plan for the asymmetrical warfare that Iran is using.
Because, someone was saying this yesterday. Like, what's the win condition for each party involved? Israel wants Iran completely wiped off the map and for them to be a failed state. That's what they want. Iran is like, or America is like, well, we're going to help Israel do that, and we're going to try to steal some oil if we can. Iran is like, all we have to do is live. All we have to do is live. Just stay alive.
I think Mikey just said it. All they have to do is wait us out. Yep. That's their long-term strategy. Wait us out.
Because the longer we stay over there, the worse we look and the less bad they look. Because, it's one thing to say, well, I'm doing this because I have a good reason for everyone to have to sacrifice. There's another, it's a totally separate thing if you're just making people pay more for shit giving no justification for it, and then, oh, well, fuck you, you're a coward if you don't do exactly what I tell you for something that I didn't tell you I was doing beforehand.
Right.
Like, none of our European allies knew what we were doing. It was us in Israel talking in the back room and then disappearing in the middle of the night. No one was forewarned about this.
Mikey, what I just talked about before, about Pam Bondi, she's officially been fired now.
Woohoo!
It literally happened 1 minute ago.
Peace out, Pammy Joe. Oh, sorry.
At his side more than, of course, any other attorney general in recent memory. When you think about the sort of
You heard it here
separation
from the bin
between
first.
the head of the Department of Justice and a White House, and that wall that goes between the two, that is something that was essentially erased in this administration. And the president had Pam Bondi at his side all of the time. And there was a message posted some months ago in which he seemed to and appeared to post
Christy
what
Nome,
was
now
meant
Pam
to
Bondi.
be a private message
Dominoes
that started
fall.
with the word Pam : and had a directive about actions that he wanted to see her take on when it came to potential indictments for people that he wanted to see happen in a faster way with more of an urgency to it, directing her essentially to really treat that as a top priority. So we know that that frustration had been bubbling since then, and the White House hadn't confirmed that that was something that the president meant to make public, but he did, and we later were able.
Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time. All talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. End quote. Then we almost put in a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican pass, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why two of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit. Oh, I forgot that guy's name. And that we had no case. No, I fired him, and there is a great case. And many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsay Halligan is a, oh yeah, that's the, right.
Oh my God.
I forgot about her. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now, President DJT. And that was in a post that he deleted because he thought he was texting her and he was posting on Truth Social because he's insane.
So breaking news, Trump said that Todd Blanche, his former personal attorney, will serve as acting attorney general until a permanent nominee is picked.
I wonder how many days they have.
Yeah. It's 120, I think. He's got some time. He's got a few months to pick one.
And good luck with the Senate approval.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Jesus.
I mean, it was unanimous in the Senate and the House. Well, not the House, because that one fucking weird guy. But the Epstein Transparency Act was almost bicamerally unanimous. Todd Blanche is the one giving Jizz Stain Maxwell all the fucking goodie deals that he can fucking think of. I don't know if he's going to get approved. Y'all might have to pick another one after 120 days.
And domestic investigations that he wanted her to pursue.
And Monica, as you were delivering that report to us, one of our colleagues, Gabe Gutierrez, is reporting that according to a source familiar with the decision,
she's going to have to move off the military base.
As the acting attorney general for now. Again, not unexpected. We will see if that holds potentially for Blanche as a permanent position. Monica Alba, thank you. Kelly O'Donnell, our thanks to you as well. That does it for now for our NBC News special report. But we've got much more ahead on our streaming channel, NBC News Now.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
Stupido.
Peace out, stupido.
Weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces.
Daily Blase. Hello, Mikey Tim in chat. Hope everyone is very well. We are, thank you. Also, I'm wondering if Trump says to her, the Dow is up by 50,000. It would would have been 51,000, but Pammy Joe is dumb. Not like me, very smart. Yeah, I get it, man. Me neither. I'm not lying.
Few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a...
What are you thinking of Thomas Massey? He goes against the grain pretty often. You need that in any government. It's going to be more than Massey. Because here's the thing that Trump is not, like, I get that he's trying to, like, cover his ass right now. Brother, the midterms are literally upon you. It's too late to be trying to fucking rearrange furniture on the Titanic, brother. It is way too late for that.
Yep.
Y'all are fucked. You're about to lose this fucking midterm. You don't even know how to fucking steal the election. You're supposed to have that plan in place. That didn't get started because you got so distracted with fucking bombing another fucking country and stealing a president. Yeah, you probably should have been working on the midterms this whole time, but he wasn't. He was too busy on conquering the earth.
Matter of weeks, our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in...
Oh, yeah, and I also want to point out here, no moment of silence for the fallen.
Nope.
Taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term,
I won't do
we
it
have
no
by
more.
far the strongest military
I'll give him a stupid voice.
anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are in a true sense joint venture partners.
we
We're
just
getting
covered
along
it.
incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil.
Oh no.
Matt Gaetz is like, I'm looking like a
Oh
fucking
no.
a batch of roses, baby. Dark Lord Greg, $2. Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, put in your bets now.
Is he lying or is he stupid? Put in your votes now.
Oh boy. No, Matt Gaetz already got his chance to be attorney general. He's too he's too much of a pedo.
But that makes him perfect for this administration. Who else would know how to hide contacts from underage women better than Matt Gaetz? Who, I ask you?
Look at this. If illegals can't vote, he'll win in California. Nah.
What are you talking about?
What are you even talking about?
They already don't vote, dumbass. They would get deported by California.
They've already been deported, I thought.
Oh yeah, and they're all gone now, right? So if you lose this election, you can't say it's all the illegals voting because you got rid of all of them.
Trump got him, didn't he? ICE is out there right now getting him, aren't they?
Even U.S. citizens are being deported. So
Gas, the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies.
So dumb.
But we're there to help our allies. Is that your final answer? Because I don't think you were supposed to say that, were you?
Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have
Because you told me they can't have a nuke.
made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world.
And then SG says, Chris C, Israel does not want peace in the Middle East, and they actually have nukes. That's what everyone in the Middle East is saying. It's like, Israel's killing everyone, and they have a lot of nukes. So can we, like, get them under control? And it was like, no, they don't have nukes. Shut up. Shut up. No, they don't. Shut up. Why do, when the Republicans get in the House, that they mess things up? Maybe. But when Democrats, they get to fix everything up, and the Democrats have no slave to be a slave. But I don't know. I kind of understand what you're trying to get at.
Because and I'll tell you why. Because when Republicans are in charge of Congress, they don't care about what they do. They don't care.
Yeah.
All they care about is cutting taxes and cutting spending by the government, and they don't even do that. If you look back on every modern presidential administration, Democrat or Republican, no one has shrank the size of government. They've only expanded it, including Trump, including this year.
I mean, the military is
spending.
The military is at over $1 trillion.
I believe the difference you're talking about is when Democrats get into office, they do have to clean up the mess the Republicans leave behind, and they're not always successful at it.
And then they have their own useless fucking things that they want to get started.
The Democrats have their own
and
fuckery.
We're going to build back better, everybody. Get ready for those bridges to be union jobs. Actually, I changed my mind. We're actually just going to leave Trump's tax cuts in there and not do any of the rebuilding that I said I was going to do.
Right.
I'm actually not going to forgive student loan debt and get the millennials back into the workforce and get them homeowners and all that shit. Like, I said I was going to do that, and I'm just not going to do it.
Oh, I know. I told you guys that I was going to give you single payer health care, but actually, we're going to get this law written by the health insurance companies.
Right. You know what's as good as Medicare for all? Subsidies for fucking health insurance companies. That's the same thing.
Like, I think the difference is the Republicans don't even pretend to know how to govern, and the Democrats are at least like trying sometimes.
Pathetic. They are effing pathetic.
Put us in charge right now. We will fix this country in 6 months. 6 months, we'll be on the right track.
6 months, and you'll have cheaper gas.
Oh yeah.
$2.50 a gallon.
From the very first day I announced my campaign for president.
It's called nationalized oil.
In 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical
hey, any day now.
Listen, it's been infrastructure week every week for 8 years, so
any day now he'll be coming down the gold escalators. Like, I actually have a health plan this time.
He's got concepts of a plan.
And the healthcare plan this time is to do what? Not give subsidies to anyone and then give them like $1,000 a year and be like, here's your healthcare money. Like, what the fuck is that? That is not only is that not a plan, but it's just like, oh, here's $100. Go buy one banana, please. Not that healthcare is that cheap, but just shows that you have no idea how money works.
Team has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the...
I'm pretty sure Israel's killed that many Americans in Palestine and Gaza, or in the West Bank and Gaza. Yeah, as she's got, the Ayatollah had a literal fatwa, which is like an executive order against nuclear weapons. Where does the U.S. get intelligence that Iran was making a nuke weapon? Israel? Can Israel really be trusted? I mean, they also said that they were 2 weeks away after they destroyed it. It'll take them 6 months to dig it out. Oh shit, they're already on it. They're making another one. Hey, Software and Mikey, I streamed the Artemis launch yesterday. It was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I'm pissed at them still because they don't have a fucking descent vehicle. And we need that if we're actually going to go to the moon or land on it.
American U.S. elections are for Americans.
Who the hell? Who do you think is Americans don't even vote in American elections. You think other people are coming from other countries?
Yeah. That's that's a good point. Yo, we don't vote in our elections.
Hello. I'll look up the number for you. Here, chat. Don't cheat and Google it. Guess how many people didn't vote in 2024. All right, guess right now. Guess right now. How many people didn't vote in 2024? Guess right now. Guess.
Are we talking eligible voters, like registered voters?
Yes. Guess.
My guess is going to be 50 million.
50 million from Tim. 30%. Give me a number in millions. Sorry, I didn't specify. 10,000. 10,000s of years ago. 45 million. 120 million. Well, let me just see. Let me see what percentage this is, actually. 350.
This says 90 million.
Stop cheating.
I'm not cheating. Who's cheating? Sarah Davies says 57 million.
57.
We got 10 million from Holly Hollies.
Another 10 million. Well, 90 million, folks. 90 million people.
Oh, Diz got it right.
We had 150 million Americans vote and 90 million which were eligible that did not vote.
So 2/3. It's 2/3 roughly.
So what the fuck are y'all talking about? Talking about fucking illegals are voting, and that's what's swaying elections. Americans don't even vote to fucking sway Americans' elections. God damn it. I knew it. I knew someone would do it. You know what I mean? Like you guys have bigger, like both parties have bigger fucking problems than migrants. They're not, you can keep fucking trying to shine the light on them like they're the cause of all your fucking problems. We are the problem. There's 45 people in the chat right now. Half of them are in the fucking UK or Ireland.
Yeah, I was trying to guess. Like, I knew the turnout for the 2024 election was about 70%. So I was trying to guess what 70% of eligible voters was.
So yeah, don't worry so much about. And here's the article here. I'll post it in the chat. Copy
for another day.
Yeah,
but technically, no.
The USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel. Something that most people have never seen anything like it.
So now October 7th is Iran's fault. But let's not talk about October 8th. Let's not talk about October 6th.
This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead.
Wasn't it 35,000?
It's gone up. Iran says 3,000 innocent people were killed.
I mean,
now they lie too. It's about a lot of things. But the increasingly changing and ever-growing number coming from Israel and the United States makes me not really trust it.
Yeah.
For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind.
Isn't that Israel? Like bar for bar. Like, I'm not even being an asshole at this point, but like he's literally describing the state of Israel.
Threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder.
Like, who's killed 70,000 people in the last 2 years? Like, maybe the rapid support forces in Israel. Like, that's the only people who's killing people right now.
From behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many.
You know, they didn't kill any protesters when Obama was president, just saying.
Things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first. And perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term.
Yeah, with a Moab, without telling your allies.
He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb. And he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then
like, I don't know, like the way he talks is so fucking stupid. It pisses me off. It just pisses me off. Like, I hate it when people waste syllables and just say all this extra shit. Like, dude, stop trying to fill out your fucking word count for your essay and just say what you mean. You don't have anything to say, which is why we're getting all these fluffery terms and all this other bullshit.
And would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster.
And we tried to warn them. He's not going to give you any money. He doesn't know how to do that. That's why he's stealing your tax money right now.
Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash. green cash. Took it out of banks.
You
from
gave them so
Virginia,
much
DC.
more.
Yeah, how much?
So much more.
Yeah, how much? Let me go back.
It's a lot more. If they're selling 150 or 1.5 million barrels a day at $100 a barrel, and it used to be $50 a barrel.
Let's see. Oh, Iran is poised to generate significant yet highly volatile revenue from oil sales and potential transit fees. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. They're going to put up a fucking tollway.
Right.
With reports suggesting oil earnings around $139 million per day.
Like, that's crazy.
Iran could potentially collect up to $110 billion annually from tolls charged on ships in the Strait of Hormuz. And he's mad about $1 billion when they're literally going to make 100 times that. Good job, dumbass. Like, I don't know. Like, everyone's like, you just don't want him to succeed. It's like, dude, he can't stop sucking.
He doesn't want him to succeed.
Yeah, if he would just stop hurting us, maybe he would get something done. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Texas Tech in the building. I'm a proud American. I am a proud American, proud Republican. American flag is my pride flag. Proud Trump. Dude, you need to some punctuation pride. Proud Trump, my president. If you don't like that your problem, not mine. Trump, not a king. Trump gave Iran bombs. All right, brother. Hey, I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad you got that off your chest. Would you like to translate that into English? We speak American in America. Okay.
Try speaking American. It's the only language I understand.
I don't speak your no fucking punctuation run-on sentence language. I get that you're probably like very, I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of pride. And it's
and they're
right after
also
Transvisibility Day. Hello.
Old Texas Tech man. So they must have gone to school, but did you learn punctuation in school?
They can't afford punctuation in Texas. You got time for that shit. Liberal ass periods and commas.
Then Maryland, all the cash they had, flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work.
Mala,
They
make
laughed at
America
our
literate
president
again.
And went on with their mission to
That's
have
funny.
a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. They would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel.
Nah. So we'll just keep making fun of you, and then if you say anything mean to us, then our mods will get you. That's the so you're gonna have to navigate the straits of our fucking mods.
Don't let the mods get you.
The opinion of a lot
I
of
got mods mind all in the straight.
great experts. Had I not terminated that terrible deal, I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president.
Sphere. You speak English. Bow to our king. In brackets, you can have them for $5.
Mikey,
I'm giving you $6 and you're keeping them.
Here's what Texas Tech dude said to get timed out. I looked it up in the chat.
Oh.
Dude, you got you ass so far up your ass.
Put that on a t-shirt. You got you ass so far up you ass.
Oh boy, that was hilarious.
Dude, I don't know what you're mad at us for. You just came in here talking some random ass weird shit, and then now you mad. Like, dude, you're the one came out here talking about pride flags. Wasn't nobody talking about pride flags until you showed up. And now you mad. Don't be mad at us. There you go. Lightning Fox.
Exactly.
President was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those.
Okay, the B-2 bomber is a lot of things. Beautiful is not one of them. Sorry, I can't just let that slide.
And I
They're
think
hideous.
I heard either him or HEGSETH saying they were building new B-2 bombers. The B-2 bomber stopped being produced in 1991.
It looks like a left-handed pelican.
It's not a beautiful plane. It's a flying wing. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks
Right.
like.
That's literally what it is. This is a big airfoil with a cockpit on it.
Nuclear sites, the regime
Because they need a lot of lift because they're carrying heavy bombs.
then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth.
You just made that up. Just made that up.
Built Shaggy wants to know, why are there so many political lives today? It's a busy news day.
Well, we're here all the time. Are you saying that there's people copying us?
How dare they?
Motherfuckers.
You know
We're
what?
the only ones that cover
To
the
find out what's going on for reals, like and subscribe.
Yeah, dude, because we need to beat Rudy Giuliani. I'm dead ass. Like, if I need to make a poster saying I want you to subscribe so we can beat Rudy Giuliani. Oi, less of the left-handed oppression. No, Tim is left-handed. I must keep up my campaign, or else you lefties will take over the earth, and we'll all be using left-handed scissors. It hurts my thumb.
Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did.
And you just gave them money. I think the lady crunched the numbers on it. Because of Trump releasing sanctions, they have enough cash to make 400,000 drones.
Damn.
Good job, Trump. You really got them.
With the longest range possible, and they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them.
I literally have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
A nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep.
And yo, can we get off of like other countries can't have nukes? There's been one country that has dropped nukes on another country. Just one.
For years, everyone has said
you know what's
that.
funny about the not letting Iran get nuclear weapons thing is that we didn't know Pakistan had developed nuclear weapons until they did it.
Until they tested them.
And no one was like, oh man, Pakistan can't have nuclear weapons because they have a blood feud with India and Kashmir.
Yeah.
They're constantly threatening nuclear war with India.
Tim, I got bad news. Like, we already know Trump's brain is scrambled eggs with cheese at this point. Maybe with a little rice on the side. Just fluffy, unimportant stuff. Just nothing going on with there. Bunch of parsley.
It's that soupy scrambled eggs.
Oh, I hate wet scrambles. Give me a dry scramble, damn it.
His brain is wet scrambles.
Ugh. So, like, Pakistan has been reaching out to the U.S. over and over the last couple of weeks. And they've been trying to be the next Oman to be like a mediator. I think Twinkle Toes thinks that the Pakistani government and their officials are part of Iran. Because he keeps talking about how Iran's giving him that. Remember, he's like, I'm getting a big gift. I'm getting a big old beautiful gift. And it was fucking 8 tankers going to Pakistan.
Yep.
But he was like, they're coming to me. Oh, I got 8 big, beautiful tankers. And it's like, dude, that's going to Pakistan, like not us. Oh, it's coming to me. Oh, and the new regime over there is great. It's like Iran has said repeatedly, we are not talking to Trump. He's lying. We don't have any contacts with him. And he keeps talking to Pakistan as if they are Iran. Or make more enemies when we have all of our allies like ours. What are you talking about?
Maybe Israel.
Like, what are you talking about?
I think it's sarcasm, but I'm not entirely sure. Was that meant to be sarcastic?
Maybe.
I'm hoping it's sarcasm.
Nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders.
It's not what you said in the beginning.
That means eliminating Iran's navy, which is
You don't know what he said 5 minutes ago.
now absolutely destroyed, hurting their air force and their missile
Now what you said in the beginning.
program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial.
Mr. Good Citizen says the founders didn't want us involved in foreign affairs.
Yeah, well, they also all own slaves, so you know.
I was like, I agree, but also they were horrible, horrendous, wretched, vile motherfuckers, each and every one of them.
There were like 3 abolitionists in our entire like founding country statesmen, and they shot one of them. So you know,
Base, we've done all of it. Their navy is gone. Their air force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten.
no, ours are.
No, that would be us.
That would be us.
Taken together,
Thur.
these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have...
Again, the Ayatollah had a fatwa, which is pretty much a religious executive order saying we are not going to make bombs. It's against our religion. So why, as long as I'm here, no nukes. That's what him said.
Been extraordinary. There's never...
That's true, but they were more enlightened on forming a country than any of us are today.
Nope. Sorry, they weren't.
That's just factually wrong.
The
You were such a higher moral fiber creature than they ever could be, and because you're not like dug into the history of the time period, maybe you haven't seen exactly how depraved each one of those motherfuckers were. They're all fucked up on a level you would never do. You would never act like them.
Here's what's going on. Most of the Constitution is plagiarism.
Yeah.
And or it was compromised into oblivion because of slavery. And the framers of the Constitution didn't even like each other. Right. Rhode Island never showed up. They never ratified the Constitution until everyone else did. Thomas Jefferson, big plagiarizer. He plagiarized all the philosophers that he liked, and he put all that stuff in the Constitution. The only real architect, I think, was Madison. But those guys, the Constitution's been amended 27 times. We've been going through them. If they were so great at fucking designing a country, why do we have to fucking amend the founding document 27 times?
Why do we have to have a civil war over something that was totally not what was in their brain, and totally the engine that they used to catapult this country from colony to superpower in 150 years?
And yeah, Jefferson didn't want us to meddle in foreign affairs. At the same time, he loved the French.
Isn't he like the king of America somewhere written down?
Somewhere.
Because he was like some French ambassador or whatever.
I think he was America's second ambassador to France after Benjamin Franklin couldn't do it anymore. And he was obsessed with the French. He was also obsessed with getting high with the French. They had
that choice opium back in the day. Are you kidding me?
He loved getting fucked up.
Let me see that hookah.
And writing shit down.
Let me see that. Pass that hookah to the left-hand side.
But no, in all seriousness, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they also didn't want anyone to vote.
We've been heavy decline since the 90s. Last I quickened both powers have held the power. Jesus, come on, guys, you got to help us out here, guys.
On a shaking phone.
Slow down so we can understand the message. Jesus, held power in that time. Nothing's gotten better. Again, this is not a Democrat show, and this is definitely not a Republican show. We stand up for the people and what is actually true and what is actually happening. Because as millennials, we are going to have to put this fucking destroyed Rubik's Cube back together. And we can put it back like the original way it was, or we can put it back with the puzzle solved already.
And we can admit that both parties are failed parties. They are.
Oh, yeah.
The American two-party system is disastrous.
I mean, we said it probably before you got here. 90 million people stayed home in 2024 and 150 million voted. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah. And listen, if you want to talk about like this country's founders and the framers of the Constitution and all that, George Washington saw all this coming from a mile away. And he's like, guys, political parties are a bad idea. The tyranny of the minority and all that stuff. But George Washington also hated politics. He wasn't a politician by nature. He was a military general and kind of not a great one. But they made him president even though he didn't want to. So this country is one big contradiction. It just is.
It's so bohemian and mysterious.
Like, there are good things you can say about the founders or the framers of the Constitution. I'm not even going to call them founders of the country. Framers of the Constitution. There are good things you can say about them. But they're also very flawed people. These are not like gods that we hold on high. According to today's standards, they were very immoral people. And America back then was not a great place to live in. There's no great, 18th century America.
Oh my God, you would go live there right now with the way that Islam is taken over. No thanks. I escaped one Islam country not to go to another.
Huh? What?
I don't know if that goes with what we're talking about.
I don't listen to the show a little bit more and then comment, I suppose.
In anything like it militarily, everyone is talking about it. And tonight, I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially.
No, it's calm the fuck down.
Hey, Europeans in the chat. Is that true?
Calm down. When you have a hegemony for your entire livelihood, when things start getting mixed, you assume that you're being oppressed. You're not being oppressed. Calm down. You're having a white people freak out, and it's not necessary. Relax. You're fine.
White people be freaking out about everything.
Every time a person of color moves into their
they're taking over.
Relax. You're fine.
Read White Flight.
Who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something.
See, even the person doesn't agree with us, agrees with us.
I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives.
Yeah, you showed up for the dignified transfer with a fucking ball cap on and refused to take it off because your hair wasn't done.
Have you considered that artificial intelligence is a thing? And that deep fakes are a thing?
And like, I get that you're like anti-Islam, but the London mayor is Muslim.
The mayor of New York City is Muslim.
And they're both under jihad. Like, Shakira law has taken over. Like, it's fine, dude. Because let me tell you something. The same thing that you're being fed about Muslim people is the same shit that they used to feed people back in like the 30s and 40s about black people and about Jewish people and about Italians and about Irish. This is just racism. Right? And the whole point of their spiel is to prey upon your emotions, get you afraid, because that's when you're paying the most attention. They get you afraid of things that you don't understand, because you're not going to just like walk up to a Muslim and just like talk to them like a human, because they might set you on fire and cut your balls off. Like, I'm not sure what they told you that these bad people are trying to do to you, but have you talked to any of them?
This person is just upset that Muslims exist, that Islam exists.
Okay. Dude, if you think if your patriotism is tied to a piece of fabric, you got bigger issues, brother. You got bigger issues. If someone has a bigger flag than you, does that make you feel like inadequate? Like, why are you so tied to outward signs of patriotism? Right? I think the most patriotic thing you can do is vote. The second most patriotic thing you can do is pay your taxes. If they're voting and paying their taxes, you should probably just leave them alone. Okay, here we got a two-parter. I'm guessing if there's no other country greater than America, which I don't agree with. Didn't Franklin die of syphilis? Probably.
Man, there's a whole Aaron Sorkin fucking monologue about how we're not the greatest country in the world. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. The Newsroom. Go watch it.
The husbands, we salute them.
They're in
and now we
timeout. They'll
must
answer you in a
honor them
minute.
by completing the mission for which they gave their lives, and every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job. Every one of them.
Pretty sure that's not true.
And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar.
Oh, Sphere says, flags on lampposts is the current proud to be English rubbish in the UK at the moment. If you guys are going to get fucking roped into hating a group of people over fucking flag flying.
Yeah, don't buy into that false patriotic bullshit.
Well, that I was going to say, that lets me know what you think patriotism is. If you think patriotism is xenophobia, then you got it wrong. And you need to go back and reread the chapter and then try to take the test again next week. Like you've missed the point. Like you've missed the point. Where's my numbnuts? Where's numbnuts? There it is.
Y'all just being numbnuts right now because you forget your own history.
I mean, especially if you're in the fucking UK. You can't talk about any culture coming into anywhere and doing anything in the UK. Not after you sit your fucking happy ass under the umbrella of the fucking colonies and of the empire. And now you're upset that what? People live there now? Are you sure about that?
The UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain, they've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail.
You
in any way,
already
shape, or form.
did.
Many Americans have been
kind of pissed
concerned
about
to see
it.
the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. The short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged.
I honestly thought he was going to blame Biden.
When Joe Biden started this war with Iran,
Joe Biden got out of cancer treatment and went straight toward the Ayatollah.
Against commercial.
just let Joe Biden be an old man now. Can we just agree that he's not part of this anymore?
Let's just call him a racist and throw the dirt on top of him.
Oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can...
Yes, Diz. Afraid people are also easier to control. Yes. Stop being afraid of everybody and just go talk to them. Because if you don't, you will believe anything they tell you. We had motherfuckers in here telling us that the Epstein files were a complete hoax. Project 2025 never happened, and it's a fucking made up thing. Renee Good turned the wheel to hit him when it's literally on video, her turning the opposite way. Like, if you can be pissed off or afraid, they will make you say and do anything.
Yep.
Now the fucking Charlie Kirk thing just came out that the fucking bullet that hit him was a different caliber than the fucking gun. And they said, if anyone makes a Charlie Kirk joke, you fucking call their job and you get them fired. What else will they get you to say next? Now that you're all hopped up on emotion and patriotism, what else can they get you to do? And that's their game. And you're the puppet. So don't be a puppet.
Never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know
$47 trillion in debt.
that we built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs.
Yeah, Christy nails it. The great replacement theory is a modern iteration of much older nationalist and white supremacist anxieties. Exactly that. Don't fall for it. Hot country.
Our country's so hot. You need to like and subscribe.
So countries that had no access to water, you're telling me that's a bad thing?
Huh?
I don't even know what the question is. Yes, I'm serious. They're throwing their shit water on vegetables and having worms come out of their poop. So yeah, what are you talking about?
What is going on in the chat?
It brought progress, medicine, water, electricity. A lot of countries were stuck in the past and weren't progressing.
We need. What is the threat on this? Where's this going?
I'm trying to pull back and crazy.
A lot of countries benefit from being conquered.
Oh, dude, you're lost in the sauce. Now let me ask you this: if instead of bombing places, what if we just left them alone? What if instead of like letting these people have their own revolutions and civil rights struggles like every other country has had, what if in the 1960s when America, or the 50s and 60s when America was going through their civil rights struggle, and Canada and Mexico were just bombing the shit out of us the entire time? Do you think black people would be able to vote right now without restriction if America was consistently being attacked every time we tried to launch some sort of internal movement? You don't help people by blowing shit up. You make people get under the umbrella of the dictator or the murderous regime that they're a part of because they need that. They use them as protection from the outside force. Us as the outside force, it doesn't help us to kill the people we're trying to liberate. It's like, I've killed all the people that you were trying to liberate. Won't you concede to our agreement now? No, they won't. They'll actually join the murderous regime against us, which is what's been happening. You fucking drop 170 fucking schoolgirls on day one, and you're like, why aren't they fucking supporting us? Because maybe they're burying their daughter. Maybe that's why they're not agreeing with us.
Gina, £2 super chat.
Can I bank one stupido?
Oh, sorry.
Can I bank one stupido for use of your discretion? You mean like this?
Stupido.
Thank you, Gina. I'm sorry. Do you think that there was no children in the 4,000 people that have already been killed? Because you're wrong. I didn't say that.
Also,
It's a non sequitur because I never said that.
Yeah.
Because again, so they're saying 40,000 people killed and there's 100,000 people in the street. So if America bombed the people that were in the street, do you think the people in the street would just join America silently? Yes, you've hurt Iran by killing the people who were fighting Iran. We can't hurt the people we're trying to help. That's not help.
Yeah, you're just going around hurting them.
We're just killing them. And
you realize that.
And then you threaten to blow up their fucking desalination and their fucking electrical grid. Does that help them?
Like, we realize that these are like not just like numbers we're talking about here. These are actual like human lives, right?
Yeah.
We're not dealing in theoretical. We're dealing in actual.
But we didn't. Why do you think it's been so expensive for us? Because we have smart bombs, not dumb.
Dude, we've been dropping the dumb bombs the entire time.
And again, it's been at our expense that this is happening. So it's not producing results and we're paying for it and you're on board with it because go ahead. We're not getting anything for this. We're just killing them and hurting them.
In fact, it's hurting us that we're doing this. America doesn't purposefully target civilians. You might want to see Pete Hegseth's rhetoric on that one.
He does. And then again, he just said 30 seconds ago in his speech, he's going to blow up the fucking, the infrastructure and the bridges and all that. Like, they're going to starve and punish and hurt these people. And like, they're already in a bad situation. And he's saying, and now I'll take away the electricity and fresh water. And you're like, yeah, that's not going to get Iran to crumble. You're just going to hurt people. Well, what do you know? Well, what do you know about Iran that we don't know, Paul Griffin?
Yeah, let's see what Paul Griffin's all about. Now that we're so dumb.
No, like you said earlier, you don't get the fucking point. even if Iran killed all those people, us killing more Iranians is not going to make us different than the fucking Ayatollah.
Yeah, how are we better than Iran?
We're doing the same thing the Ayatollah would be doing to them, except we're not the Ayatollah. Like, this doesn't help them.
How are we better than Iran under Trump?
It's a recruitment tool for insurgency, 100%. Because if they only had 100,000 troops standing army, they probably have 115, 120 now. They're going to get more people to join up because you killed their fucking family members. And they're enraged and they don't give a shit about all the rest of the stuff that we keep talking about over and over. They're pissed. Their family members are dying. They're pissed about it. There is a real life behind each one of those numbers. All right.
In just 1 year, it all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our drill baby drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer.
Yeah, they're doing it just like Palestine and like they're doing over in Lebanon.
Of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait.
Put fertilizer.
And won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must.
Now that I've kicked over the lantern and set the barn on fire, it is someone responsible. It is their job to take care of this now. I must run away. Goodbye.
Cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. #1, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much.
And #2, but we can't ship it everywhere. That's the entire point.
And he just stands there as if he's not a fucking flaming moron. Like, it's just so it's like, dude, that's not possible. Well, we should just do something that I like. Okay, we'll just call the unicorns up and we'll have a parade. All right, we'll have a unicorn parade just like you wanted. Fucking dumbass.
Build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been.
Yeah, just do what Iran does. Just murder people and take what you want, right? Because that's the schematic he's setting up for people. I mean, under his logic, why are we mad at Russia? They should just be able to just take whatever they want.
Right.
Just take it. Just
do
whatever you want to do, just do it. And then wait for someone to stop you.
Wait, here's the button.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Unless you're Iran, then don't do whatever you want. And then you have to, like, this is not going to work, guys.
Essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to.
You know, I think COVID's going to fall away naturally. Once the spring comes and the sunlight gets out, it'll kill the virus with its sunlight, its magical rays.
Naturally. Like it's being...
It's like a log got stuck in the river.
Yeah. It's,
enough water will eventually go over and push
it'll
it.
Clear up on its own.
Like gout.
Sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days.
They have not.
Actually, much better than I thought, but we had to take that.
You mean when your buddies were manipulating the market?
Little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. with our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great big beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day.
Oh yeah, and one more fun fact for all of you MAGA out there. Remember when he said he wasn't going to touch Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security? Where do you think that $200 billion is coming from? Sorry, I accidentally lied. I accidentally lied. Oops. Oops, I accidentally lied. I actually am going to touch your fucking Medicare money. Oops, I lied.
And it will soon be
oops, you fell for it again award.
roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
I love how Trump is negotiating for peace with Iran, but at the same time, he's going to blow them into the Stone Age. Does anyone see that that doesn't make any sense?
Tim, that's how I always negotiate.
Why
Tim,
would you?
Tim, I'd like to buy your car.
No.
Look, I know you're saying no, but if you don't sell me your car, I'm going to burn your house down.
Well, I'm not going to let you burn my house down.
Okay, then I will take the keys to your car, and that's not negotiating. That's extortion.
Yeah. Listen, if you don't want me to flatten your entire country, I want you to give us all your oil right now.
Just like holding a puppy off a cliff. It's like, I want the world. Give me the world or the puppy gets it.
Ooh, Christy Nome's doing it. She'll do it.
Christy Nome
She hates
will
puppies.
double tap strike that puppy from orbit.
Meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical.
That's not
and
how
much
regime
more
change works.
reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously.
Okay, where's that person at?
Which one?
The
one who is like, conquering countries is good for them.
Yeah, that one. Where'd you go?
They're still there, I think, somewhere.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. This one. This person. That's not the comment, but that's a person. When you go around to other countries thinking it's your job to punish them, then there's a problem. That's literally what he's saying.
That's literally what he wants to do.
That's what he's saying. I'm going to damage the civilian infrastructure, not hurt the regime. I'm going to punish the people through collective punishment, which is a fucking war crime because the Ayatollah doesn't agree with me. You know, the Ayatollah used to listen to the president and they would have talks and agreements and they had a deal even. And then Oman was reporting before he fucking decided to bring in the B-2 bombers. They were going to get more than the JCPOA. They're going to get more concessions than what fuck is his name? Oh, Obama. What Obama was able to negotiate with them. So for $1 billion, he got complete seizure of all the stuff. Americans didn't have to pay out any money because it was actually their frozen assets anyway. It was free. He got them to not build anything for no cash. And now we're spending upwards of $1 billion a day. Oil is completely erratic and way more volatile than ever. And all of our allies hate us.
Yeah.
This was not worth the fuck. This juice was not worth the squeeze. I can tell you that.
We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it and it would be gone. And there's not a thing they could do about it.
I know my allies need this oil, but I might just blow it up.
Right.
They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated.
F-35 shot down.
We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5.
Oh yeah, this is.
Wait, what? Is he comparing this to World War One?
He's not done.
5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days.
I bet you $1 he has no idea where the Korean War was fought.
I bet you $5 he has no idea where Korea is.
Find Korea on a map, sir.
Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant.
Yeah, Sphere brings it up. World War I and II, you were late. Yeah, America got into those world wars very after the fact.
Yeah. In fact, before we got into World War II, we were going to make a deal with the Nazis.
Oh, Uganda receives first U.S. deportation flight under third country agreement. Jesus Christ. We're going to have to bring those people back if they survive. Keep your heads down out there. We'll get them back.
Against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the belief.
Tyler called us spicy.
This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching.
Mikey, hold on. This whole Iran is one of the most powerful countries in the world, but also we've annihilated them is fascist speech.
Yep.
This is our enemy is strong but weak at the same time. We have to stop them because they're strong, but also they're weak and we can just obliterate them whenever we want. This is like 1984 fascism. $5, tons of mice, Tim's hat 2026. Can I hold your puppy?
I want to hold the baby.
Oh boy.
Let me hold the baby. I like that Tyler called us spicy.
We are spicy.
With the petty bitch shit. I like being petty.
We're spicy.
I like
Wait, we have a button for that actually.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm getting a spice attack. Where are you?
It's down. It's bottom.
I'm getting a spice attack.
Can't leave the power.
And also,
Arnie.
Brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear.
Remember when all the missiles came from Iran to hit us?
Right.
And thankfully, the U.S. military shot them down before they could hit New York.
He's about to say the specter of nuclear war. The specter of nuclear war has been a problem since 1946.
Pick up sticks.
We've been worried about the specter of nuclear war since we did nuclear war.
Exactly.
Like, we had an entire 50-year period called the Cold War that we were afraid the Soviets were going to nuke us. It's never going to go away. Other countries have nuclear weapons. And sometimes those countries aren't our friends.
Olivier says, I am French and American. I have dual nationality. Luckily, I live in Paris. I am ashamed of this president.
How do I get dual nationality?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you have a seat? Is there like a code that you put in at checkout that lets us have dual citizenship too?
I will learn French.
Oh, you just want to go there so you can learn how to cook from French chefs. You ain't slick. You're just gonna go straight to Tim's gonna go to France and go straight to culinary school.
I will learn French. I will learn Spanish, even though I've already tried. I don't want to join.
Easy.
I don't want to join the French Foreign Legion, however.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I do not.
Shut up.
What do I have to do? Europe, UK, what do I got to do?
I think there should straight up be a draft. Not for the military, but
no.
for the talent of America. I think all the European countries should like get together, and then like all the Americans will like go to like this big like convention hall, and then we'll all be sitting there, and then it's like, and with the first lottery pick, Belgium selects LeBron James. And he's like, oh, and then he has to put on like a Belgium hat, and he says, and then you go and you be a citizen there. Like the racial draft, but for countries.
Listen, I have a lot of things that I can be productive and give to another country. Wow.
Got him.
Wow.
Oh, I want to learn. No. I will learn Scottish. You can learn French. I'm going to Scotland. Yeah, only one country has ever used nuclear weapon against a foreign enemy, and that country is America. We've also used nukes on ourselves.
Yes,
but that was an accident.
we accidentally the whole thing.
We accidentally nuked ourselves. Stop it! Stop
damn.
it! Stop it! Don't say such things. China will still pick Wu-Tang. Fuck the RZA, the Jizza, the old dirty bastard.
Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before.
Literally the opposite of all of that happened.
Yeah.
Because you're dumb and you don't plan things out. I have a lint in my mouth. What the hell was that?
We are going to finish the
Jesus. Trying to get back to my playlist. Where's my playlist?
It's a video shared hundreds of thousands.
Okay, slow down, lady. Jesus Christ. I'm going crazy over here. Okay, chill. All right. All right. Everybody calm down. Oh, wait. I have to find one more thing. Sorry. Pede, HEGSETH, market. Oh, there it is. Now,
called Pete, I called Jim.
Now, I want these MAGA fools because I knew that someone in the admin would be doing this. I didn't think it would be fucking HEGSETH.
General Kane, I called a lot of our great people. We have great people. And I said, let's talk. We got a problem in the Middle East. We can take a stop and make a little journey into the Middle East and eliminate a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete, I think you were the first one to speak up. And you said, let's do it, because you can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
Let's do it. Like stopping for, I don't know, margaritas on the way home.
Margaritas on the way home.
Damn.
That's some real passenger princess type shit. Like, I can't drink margaritas and keep driving.
What is Wallace doing out there on her way home?
I don't know. Don't call it out. And it's actually ADHD.
It was Donald Trump last week on Defense Secretary Pete HEGSETH's enthusiasm. Quote, let's do it. And it came to going to war in Iran. There's brand new reporting in the Financial Times that makes that.
Oh, no. Financial Times says Pete HEGSETH's broker looked to buy defense fund before Iran attack.
Damn.
What?
An alarming admission by Donald Trump. It raises, frankly.
And I hate that he fucking puts American flags all over his shit, which is a fucking direct violation of the flag code. And as a fucking Secretary of Defense, you should fucking know. And after you want to fucking bring up all the generals and call them fat and tell them they need to shave and they need to be able to do pull-ups, and then for you to violate the most simplest day one basic shit of the flag code, it's got like 6 provisions. You break it every fucking day, Pete.
Frightening questions
fucking
about
disgrace.
Just why Pete HEGSETH might have responded that way to Donald Trump. Why he was so gung-ho. New York Times writes that, or the Financial Times writes this, quote, a broker for Pete HEGSETH, the U.S. Defense Secretary, attempted to make...
Today, we learned TMI about Nicole Wallace.
a big investment in major defense companies in the weeks leading up to the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran. That's according to 3 people who are familiar with the matter. Pete Hegseth's broker at Morgan Stanley contacted BlackRock in February about making a multi-million-dollar investment in the asset manager's Defense Industrials Active ETF, the people said, shortly before the United States launched military action against Tehran.
All right, MAGA, defend it. Defend that shit. He knows beforehand when the war is going to start, and he tried to dump a bunch of money into BlackRock. Defend it.
Bro is literally insider trading.
Yes. As the department head.
See, and this is why government officials should own stocks.
It's so blatant, the corruption. Oh, that's awesome.
That sounds like a good idea. I think we all agree that rabies and measles and
herpes
and herpes have been eradicated, right? They no longer exist in our population, so I guess RFK is ready.
First of all, I didn't say that. Oh, I said that in terms of.
No, I'm finna go get my masks out of storage. Keep my hand sanitizer on me like I used to. Get me a little fanny pack because these motherfuckers about to have cooties again.
That inquiry on behalf of the high-profile potential client was flagged internally at BlackRock, according to the people familiar with the matter. The investment discussed by Pete Hegseth's broker did not ultimately go ahead, as the fund, which launched in May last year, was not yet available for Morgan Stanley clients to buy. A Pentagon spokesperson responded to the story on social media, quote, "This allegation is entirely false and fabricated. Neither Hegseth nor any of his representatives approached BlackRock about any such investment." Of course, that's not what the reporting says, but okay. It's just the latest, though, piece of reporting in this vein that raises questions about the additional dangers posed by the Trump administration and the ability of members of the cabinet to make financial bets and investments while in office.
No, they're going to drain the swamp, remember? No more corruption, no more insider deals, just transparent and lethal forces and no immigrants. No, they're doing none of that. They're shipping in South Africans. They're giving all of your fucking tax money to Israel. They're putting tariffs on all of your normal people shit so that you can't get away with it. Now the Strait of Hormuz is fucked up, which means guess what, dumbasses? All of your fucking shit from Amazon comes on a truck. That truck runs on diesel. Those ships run on diesel. Those planes run on jet fuel that we need from the Strait. So Trump's just wrong and stupid and lying. He's fucking your world. He's fucking your life up again on top of what he's already done.
Mikey.
That's over. There are plenty of things that are bad and wrong, but it doesn't make them fascist.
Because just think, it was a year ago, almost to the day. Or no, it is exactly 1 year after Liberation Day.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that shit. It is the 1 year anniversary of Liberation Day, where we got all these tariffs against all these countries, and everything has just been. You tell me if you have more money 1 calendar year later.
Yeah,
he has, and tell me you haven't paid more for literally everything. Tell me the thing that has gone down in price for you in the last year. The one thing that's gone down in price. Tell me.
Cocaine.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I can't think of anything that's gone down in price.
Everything has gone up at least something. Railways, what's the mix of diesel and electric? I think
in
it's
America, it's more diesel than electric, I think.
Yeah. We got big trains.
Someone put dollar value.
Damn, Dylan got us. The value of the dollar has dropped.
Oh man, that's
diesel
rough.
went up to around 80 pounds a liter. That can't be right. 80 pence? 80 pence a liter.
Diesel at my local gas station is $6 per gallon.
So them trucks, I mean, those trucks, they have $200 tanks.
Ouch.
And they're going to have to fill that up several times to get your shit from fucking the port in California over to your fucking, your beautiful house in fucking Connecticut.
Hey, you leave my beautiful house in Connecticut alone.
Because someone needs to have a onion slicer 5,000.
Yeah. You gotta slice them onions.
Well, that takes diesel, homie. You're gonna have to pay.
Listen, my local Amazon fleet is all electric.
It just got like a generator. Just a gas outdoor generator.
Here's Senator Alyssa Slotkin on national security implications. Watch.
Oh, don't mess with Slotkin.
No one in the government, whether you're a career government person or a political appointee like the president and his kids, anybody, no one should be able to place a bet based on insider information they have on, especially on issues of war and peace. And so what we know from the, I mean, it's just a simple, like,
He looks so fucking uncomfortable and creepy. He's got like an overly large head and a hunched shoulder.
Yeah, Bill Maher, he's such a fucking shill.
put it in perspective, you would have people before we went into Venezuela. You had a bunch of people get online anonymously and go onto the prediction markets and say, I bet we're going to have some military action in Venezuela tomorrow, and made a ton of money. Same thing ahead of the Iran war. And these are people we can assume who have insider information that we're launching.
And Kalshi definitely doesn't have Trump Jr. on the board making cash off of all this stuff and perhaps making his own bets.
Military operations.
Polymarket isn't just a fucking scam altogether. So,
Polymarket brought to you by TYT.
Number one, that's insider trading. Number two, it's also a complete operational security risk. If you're the Iranians
It is.
and you're sitting there and you're like, I noticed there's a bunch of bets coming in for a war tomorrow. It's like,
dude, she's totally right. Holy shit. That's true. She used to work for the CIA. She's 100% right. If Iranian intelligence saw these bets going on and was like, I think America's about to do war, like, you're tipping them off.
And it's like when they're like, Trump's like, I'm gonna give talks. We're gonna talk for 5 weeks or for 5 days, and we're gonna have a new meeting. La da da. And then, of course, the Iranians didn't believe anything he said, because during day 3 of the 5-day break in talks or whatever, he bombs the fucking nuclear facility. He's like, got all of it. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure they moved all that shit because no one trusts a goddamn word you say now.
To British pound super chat from Allie, Reagan Elite.
And
Zhao. And I don't know how to pronounce that.
Zhao
are live 8 p.m. UK time in about half an hour from now. Speaking of which, Mikey, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I can carry the torch for the last half hour.
Good. But here, I'll put this up for Reagan Elite show. There. That's the banner for Reagan Elite. There's the YouTube channel. Go watch Reagan Elite show after ours.
And thank you for the 2 British pounds. Sphere says, no, those people betting are just lucky guessers.
Yeah, they're the luckiest people ever.
They're just really good at guessing stuff.
They're really good at guessing stuff. All right. I got to get out of here, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, we're totally not going to talk about you while you're gone.
I'm going to be watching the show. If you talk about me, I'm going to be in the chat.
I would never do that. I would never do that.
Don't let Mikey talk about me.
Bye, Tim.
Bye.
Bye, Tim.
Boring, Huey.
Got him out of here. Fucking finally. Mikey steps out of Tim's shadow. About fucking time. Yeah. Get out of here, Tim.
So I think that it's just a bad thing all around.
But again, let's refocus here. Pete Hegseth tried to fucking dump a bunch of money into BlackRock right before we invaded Iran.
During our coverage, former assistant special agent in charge at the FBI, national security and intelligence analyst Michael Feinberg is back. We're going to start with Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California. He's a ranking member of the House.
Oh, I'm truly not interested in hearing what they got to say.
It's a video shared.
But yeah, don't let Petey off the hook. not only is he a drunkard, but he's also a crook. And he tried to fucking buy the dip, as they say. But now we're going to go to Michigan for a woman who I have unfortunately seen an update. It did not work out for her.
It's a video shared hundreds of thousands of times across social media. A local man captured video of a woman climbing from the back of a Muskegon Heights police vehicle and running away in handcuffs.
2 days later, that woman is still not in custody, according to the Muskegon County prosecutor. Their Teed on Your Side's Micah Cho has details on the video and where the investigation stands.
It happened here at the old Omni Fitness Club off of East Norton Avenue.
Yikes, look at the state of that place.
In Muskegon Heights at around 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. Now, according to dispatcher audio, Muskegon Heights police were called here for reports of a suspicious vehicle. Now, around 30 minutes.
Bro, look at her. She says, I'm not going, y'all. I can't go back to jail. No.
That's after that initial phone call. That's when that viral video starts. We can see that woman kind of peek out of that Muskegon Heights vehicle. It took her about 10 seconds to get both of her legs.
Bro. What the fuck? What the fuck?
And that viral video starts.
So what do you think? She just like wiggled out of the seatbelt? Like squirmed over to like the opposite side of the thing and then like went through the crack? That's crazy.
You can see that woman kind of peek out of that Muskegon Heights vehicle. It took her about 10 seconds to get both
Yeah, that's messed up.
of her legs out. You can see her run with her.
She gone. She's out of here.
Hands behind her back, and she starts heading down Peck Street that way.
Northbound on the Omni.
You know he mad. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, give a description. Female, blonde hair, all black.
That video that was shot by the Block Paper Weekly ends there with that Muskegon Heights police cruiser going.
Yo, you know the fucking cop was like, yo, why didn't you tell me she was busting out of the car? Why didn't you tell me that she was literally escaping? I was getting footage. You know, I can't talk over the footage. Who wants their voice in the playback? And then I got to listen to my own voice and like, ugh, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Up Peck Street. However, around 3 hours.
Well, that's the thing, Chris. You got to leave the windows down or they'll fucking suffocate. Or what if the sun's out? You'll roast them. The average American pays about $500,000 in taxes in their lifetime. So for every $1 billion of the government spends, that's the lifetime taxes from 2,000 people. Good thing we're not spending $1 billion a day. Good thing.
Later, just a few blocks away, around the 3000 block of Sanford Street. Now, dispatch audio describes a suspect with the same description trying to break into a house with the key identifier. That person was wearing handcuffs.
Sanford, color West camera, female, white, female, black shirt with handcuffs on, going to the house. The female is going to be in the collars.
This lady has been arraigned. I saw an update after I found this. In the morning. In the afternoon, I saw her in front of a judge wearing the jumpsuit. They got her, and she is in jail. They never said what she actually did, though. Now we're going to White Plains, New York.
Right now at 5.
That one, Diz, was in Michigan.
5 neighbors say they've heard that.
Mikey, but I thought police didn't give a damn about suspects' welfare, let alone their rights. I mean, they didn't just, oh, she's out of the thing. They just pulled their guns out and just ran around the neighborhood shooting everybody until they found her. Oh, just certain groups.
Before the man under
did they add the charge of theft for stealing the handcuffs? Theft of government property.
That boom before the man under investigation for making and using bombs, which led to a street shutting down yesterday. And you won't believe how many police say they found in his home. Good evening. I'm Christine John.
And this is more of a PSA for everybody because domestic violence, like domestic terrorism, should not be off of people's radar. Like, we kind of get lulled into senses of security about this kind of stuff, and like the xenophobia kind of gets everybody to like a little bit complacent. It wasn't so long ago that we had fucking January 6th where people literally tried to stop the election from happening. You know what I mean? So do not get into like this like weird, like, oh man, at least we only have to deal with this. No. You still have to deal with all the other shit previously spoken about on top of this stuff now.
Welcome back. I'm Jessica Moore. A White Plains man is accused of using a weapon of mass
Okay,
destruction after that explosive incident.
Have y'all seen the thing where Couch Fucker Van said UFOs are deep? Stop. Come on, man. We can't keep doing this. He can't be saying UFOs are demons. It's valid, but if she was a woman of color, she would have got their ARs out. And yeah, exactly. Or if there was a fucking acorn falling on the hood of the fucking thing.
We first told you about yesterday.
A federal prosecutor says investigators found 25 pipe bombs inside his apartment. Tony Aiello.
What the fuck do you need 25 pipe bombs for there, buddy?
Was in federal court as the charges were announced.
In a courtroom at the White Plains Federal Building, a prosecutor said it was, quote, a miracle 65-year-old Raymond Elders didn't injure or kill someone.
Bro, you are 65 fucking years old. And the best use of your time is building bombs in your basement. I'm dead ass serious. If this motherfucker is a OAN, Newsmax, Fox News, whatever, charged as an accessory. Just saying.
Quote, his behavior was dangerous, flagrant, and reckless.
I come back. FBI and the bomb squad is outside of our house.
About 4 in the morning, it was a boom.
Residents on Odell Avenue say they've heard frequent small explosions in the area, but 2 big ones on Monday brought White Plains Police, the FBI, and ATF. They searched Elders' apartment at 11 Odell Avenue. Prosecutors say they found supplies to make explosives and 25 complete pipe
Bro, look at the whole kit that they got.
Bombs. When White Plains police took Elders into custody, the feds say he had black and blue residue on his hands and was holding a lighter.
Oh, yeah, they caught you literally red-handed, blue-handed, black and blue-handed, lighter-handed, butane torch-handed. Like, if y'all don't put Wile E. Coyote in the bottom of the jail and let's move on.
Prosecution also says this March 18th surveillance video shows Elders light a device, throw it, and walk back home before it explodes.
We just want to be safe where we live, and in this day and age with all the...
And also, I need to know, because I worked retail for a long time, what's the timer at? Where am I at? I'm at 140. Okay, let me go back a little bit. I want to see that police thing. Where is it? This. So for most products, I don't know how it is in the UK or broader Europe, but batteries, Drano, certain acids, steel wool. Like if somebody comes into a grocery store and they want to buy 30 cases of fucking steel wool, you don't have to sell it to them. Like they have, like it's in the training. Like if someone's buying a large group of what would be seemingly innocuous things, I just need 72 lithium batteries real quick. That motherfucker is either making drugs or they're making explosives. And most cashiers are trained to even spot that people are buying all this stuff. So if he's got enough material for 25 fucking bombs, how many fucking different stores did he go to? And why aren't people catching on to the fact that this motherfucker lives in an apartment and he's buying fertilizer? Or he has a 1-bedroom apartment, but he needs 10 things of Drano. He's got a really bad drain clog. You know what I'm saying? I have some steel wool for metal sheep. Metal sheep. That's my new fucking cover band.
Terrorists, who knows?
Residents are relieved and anxious for a quiet sense of normalcy to return to their street.
I think the city should kind of rethink, how much security we have in this kind of neighborhoods and do something about it.
Elders faces a total of 5 counts, including 2 for possessing explosives after a felony conviction. His lawyer says he has a history of drug and alcohol addiction. The prosecutor called his alleged actions the height of recklessness. The judge ordered he be held in federal custody.
Hell yeah, do not put that motherfucker out on bond. Are you crazy? Do not let him out on the streets. No, he needs to stay in there. Stay in there. You may not come out.
Hassan Piker is one of the biggest social.
Oh, you're everyone's favorite person to hate.
Social media influencers and political commentators in the world with millions of followers online. He just returned from a visit to Cuba, where he saw conditions on the ground firsthand.
Now, I want everybody to remember, or I want everybody to put into the chat real quick, as a reminder and as a grave reminder, please put in the chat what Cuba did to the U.S. to make us punish them for over 50 years.
Hassan Piker?
Mike, there are certain chemicals like hydrogen peroxide over a certain concentration that you can't buy as an individual in the U.S. Right. And that's for that exact reason.
Welcome to The Story Is for the first time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Paint us a picture of what it's like on the ground. What'd you see?
When I first landed in Cuba, I was taken aback by how beautiful everything was. You got the 1950s cars and it's a tropical island destination. But very quickly thereafter, as soon as we got into Havana, the main city area where people congregate, I couldn't believe the sights that I was seeing. It was very sad. You had homes that looked like they were bombed out. Our tour guide at the time said that this was somewhat of a product of hurricane season and how difficult it is to repair these buildings. And I already had known about the rolling blackouts, and I experienced them later in the day. And it was definitely unlike anything I've ever experienced before. Everything's pitch black. There aren't any traffic lights on. It's crazy, right? But I was taken aback. I was very sad by all the poverty that I saw, and then I was very angry. It was actually Ben Rhodes who told me that I would get very sad when I first went to
Obama foreign policy advisor.
Former Obama foreign policy advisor Ben Rhodes, who was formative in the previous normalization agreement with Cuba that Barack Obama had orchestrated, and he was right. It was very sad to see, but then it was very angering. It was very anger-inducing because I felt like there was a lot of potential on this island that we were just robbing the people of, and it's totally cruel and totally unnecessary. And it was part of the reason why.
And it's honestly, it kind of harkens back to Iran or whatever. I get that the Western world doesn't agree with how Iran does things. They don't agree with how Cuba does things. Be that as it may, are we punishing the people under that regime more than the regime? For whatever assumed offense Cuba has against the United States, the children that are born there are not the participants in the strife. We do not gain anything by punishing them. It is purely punitive and it is purely colonial. We should not be punishing Cuba and Haiti and all of these places. They will free themselves, yes, but they need the material. They need a lifestyle and something worth fighting for. You make their lives even worse for being part of a bad system, and then you say, "Don't you want us to just make your life even more worser, so that you'll be free of this?" And so I was like, "Free of what? Free to do what? Free to be what?"
I went to Cuba because I've heard a lot about Cuban organizing, Cuban.
Oh my God, dude! What else will you fall for? What else will you fall for?
Government. I'd read a lot about it.
Sure.
I knew about the island's history of developing sovereignty, but I'd also heard about this block.
And also, it doesn't matter who the fuck went down there. He went down to Cuba and other people didn't. So I'm here to listen to what he's got to say about what happened to him on the ground over there. You know what I mean? I didn't go down there. And when it comes to nitrogen-based fertilizers that contain 16% ammonium nitrate, you'll get explosive precursors and poison licenses issued by the home. Yeah. And it has to be shown to be a long photo. Yep. Record it and share it in the home office. You're right. You have to record how much they buy. Because if they're just like want to be like a backyard chemist or scientist or something like that and make some stuff. I mean, if they have like 30 grams or 10 fluid ounces of X or Y, that's different than them having like several pallets of this or 100-gallon tank of that.
Okay, right. And I wanted to figure out exactly how this blockade was harming people.
But also, I mean, a lot of people make meth and drugs and stuff like that. But you also have to remember, a lot of those meth cook sites explode.
People directly, and in many ways that are indirect, because the blockade itself is designed to be invisible. It's a system of sanctions. It's this like bureaucratic nightmare that basically renders it impossible for the island to do regular commerce, just like any other country. Banks can't take out loans from any other banks. And you, as an American citizen, as a matter of fact, have a lot of restrictions on what you can and can't do, both on the island, or if you wanted to even send money, if you have relatives on the island. It's a very difficult process to like directly send cash payments to your relatives as well. It's totally unnecessary. These rules are so arbitrary, and yet they're so damaging to everyone, to everyday Cuban existence.
What were you most surprised by actually seeing it up close and personal?
I was surprised by the resilience. I was surprised by the fact that people, in spite of all of these struggles, were still surviving, right? They had a relatively chill attitude about everything, which was somewhat shocking to me because I feel like I'm a much more high intensity person. But I was also really impressed with the accomplishments that they've made in places like biomedical in the biomedical field.
What do you think is at this point the biggest need? Because we hear like the New York Times reporting about the fact that the power goes off in the hospitals and like babies are having to be hand pumped to keep them alive in certain situations. I mean, what do you think is the greatest need?
It's oil.
And then I think that's the part that I've been mostly harping on for the better part of the day. We can't harm the civilians and expect them to say, thank God America is here. Thank God the US showed up to make our lives even worse. Like that doesn't help anything.
On the ground.
100%. And it's actually totally legal for Cuba to trade with other countries. It's just that America makes it impossible. So what is a necessity is for the grid to come back alive. And for that to happen, they need to get oil. And
breaking news: Trump's White House ballroom wins approval of planet authorities. I mean, everyone's literally about to go fucking broke, and he's over here like, I just want to build my ballroom. I just want to have pillars of Corinthian marble. Bye, Diz. Have a good day.
And I believe there's a Russian tanker that just docked in Havana as of this morning, if I'm not mistaken, with 700.
Oh, yeah. And then why was Russia able to just drop off a tanker of oil? And no one, and Trump hasn't even brought it up.
130,000 barrels of oil, which will provide much needed respite and will allow the Cuban energy grid to survive. They'll still ration it heavily, but this way medicine can be transported on the island.
I want to give you a chance to respond to two criticisms of this trip that have gotten widely reported. The New York Times sort of called you out for the fact that you all stayed in a nice hotel that was very luxurious compared to a lot of what the people on the island are dealing with every day. What's your response to the allegations of hypocrisy there?
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting as well. So we went on a humanitarian aid mission with foreign dignitaries, delegates, advocates, activists, journalists, and the like. It was around 200, 300, 400 people. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but the American government has placed, and this was fascinating to me, we had to get an OFAC clearance from the Treasury Department just to go, right? Yeah. And the American government has actually created these incredible restrictions that only allow American citizens to stay in four hotels on the island. There are thousands of hotels on the island, but we can only stay in 4. And if I don't stay in a hotel, and these are 5-star hotels, according to the American government, if I don't stay in one of those hotels, I could go to prison for 10 years and have to pay a $250,000 fine.
Wow.
I'm an American citizen.
Wait, run that back one more again.
American citizens to stay in four hotels on the island. There are thousands of hotels on the island, but we can only stay in 4. And if I don't stay in a hotel, and these are 5-star hotels, according to the American government, if I don't stay in one of those hotels, I could go to prison for 10 years and have to pay a $250,000 fine.
Wow.
I'm an American citizen.
Yeah.
It's so totally ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it.
And real quickly, there are a lot of people that are watching this, especially places like South Florida, that feel like the regime is repressive, that it's been a terrible regime, that it's killed people, and that what you're doing is propping them up. What do you say to that?
I just don't want babies to die. I don't want people to suffer. I think that the difference in opinion as far as like how Cuba governs itself is up to the Cuban population. I just want, as an American citizen,
it's none of our fucking business,
to stop putting our hand on the scale in this incredibly violent way, because the results are unbelievably violent. Collective punishment is a war crime after all, and there is no other way to look at what we've done, especially as Trump has like basically said the quiet part out loud and restricted all oil from going into the island. It's impossible to ignore.
Yes, it is. And
all of this for what? For what? For what? What are we aiming to get? All of this is for what? Because while people might have their own like political aims and predilections, you still have to do something. You have to do something. You have to provide something. There has to be some sort of, difference being made. But that's not happening. It's just the same shit. Oh my God. And we got a tornadoes. Artemis News. Astronauts have been woken up from a 4.5-hour rest period during green light by John Legend and Andre 3000. Give me the green light. Give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to go. I love that song. Low key. I wonder who made that beat. I'm seeing here from a lot of different presenters. AOC commits to no more Iron Dome funding. That's the right answer. Because as long as they have their big brother to beat up everybody, that would even threaten them, as long as they feel like they have no way to be stopped, they're never going to stop. And that's unfortunately just the way it works. They're never going to behave in a way that is inducive to them having neighbors that they know and trust. Oh shit. Oh boy. Uh-oh. YouTube exclusive. Uh-oh, it says your browser has lost connection to your screen share audio. Try sharing your screen again. Fine. Is that okay? Okay, that's okay. We turn the craft running. The Astros had to put our space laser on the moon so Space Force can start taking stuff out. You know who I haven't heard from in a long time, and I'd be really curious to know what their thoughts are? Yo, where's the Flat Earther bros at? Hey, Flat Earther bros. I need them to give me a live up to the minute. I want to see them debunk this shit. I want them to say, no, that rocket actually didn't leave Earth's atmosphere. I want to see it. I need to go find some Flat Earthers and see how they're dealing with the latest launches. Is there cameras?
About two key terms that basically before this war began, nobody was really talking about, and you might not have even heard of them. We're talking about Karg Island and the Strait of Hormuz, of course, very much having to do
Holy shit, 20,000%.
With oil that is exported by Iran, and you can see her Google searches in March up like a rocket. I mean, my goodness gracious, record highs reached for Karg Island. Look at this. Google searches up over 20,000. They're 20,000%. That's insane.
That's some fucking Trump healthcare savings numbers.
Versus a month ago. And then the Strait of Hormuz up 1,900% versus a month ago. Again, record highs in Google dating all the way back since 2004. So if you hadn't heard of either Karg Island or the Strait of Hormuz before the war in Iran, guess what? You were
right, Kay. And it's going to be hard to keep an ethno state if you don't have a big brother protecting you the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have to sit there and on your own 2 feet, stand there in a land full of brown people and say, fuck you, get out. Well, they might have something to say back. And then they can have that conversation without us.
not alone. Now, I mentioned, of course, oil. That is why we're talking about Karg Island and the Strait of Hormuz, and we're talking about gas prices here in the United States. And we are talking about increases that, frankly, we have never seen, at least over the last 35 years. Take a look here at gas prices. Okay, now, right now, the largest 4-week gas price increase since at least 1991. You have to go all the way back since the Bills played in their first Super Bowl to find increases this high. We're talking about up 30.
So you're saying when I was 4, I should have been hoarding gas, is what you're saying.
3%, up 33% just over the last 4 weeks. My goodness gracious. In fact, I went back through the record books. We're talking about an increase of $1.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Every flat earther I've ever spoken to had never been in an airplane. Oh, I remember when the flat earthers were like, oh my God, we got to deal with these idiots. What if their bad ideas get out? It got so much worse.
Over just a 4-week period for the first time ever. The first time ever. That is why the Strait of Hormuz and Karg Island are so important, because essentially what has gone on, of course, is that the Strait of Hormuz has closed and it has choked off the oil.
It'll open up naturally.
Supply that is heading out of Iran, and that, of course, has driven up gas prices here in the United States of America. But that is not all that's been going on. Take a look here. This, I think, really sort of gives the game away. Look at this. Economic measures since the Iran war began. Well, we spoke about gas prices, right, being up 33%.
Oh, yes, he is.
But look at the Dow Jones. Down it goes through the floor. We're talking about down 8%. Down 8% since the war in Iran began. And guess what? That means, along with the downflow that we saw earlier on, just before the Iran war started, that the Dow Jones has actually entered correction territory. It's entered correction territory. So oil prices climb ever higher, but the rest of the economy has been suffering. It has been suffering because of the war in Iran. Of course, we had all those years, right? All those years in which the stock market had been climbing. But basically, what we've seen over the last month and change is that stocks are finally entering correction territory, which if you have a 401k like myself, that's not exactly welcome news. Of course, if you own oil, it's actually quite welcome news that you've seen gas prices go up and oil prices climb ever higher. Now, of course, one of the key things that folks have spoken about, right, that we've been hearing about, is potentially ground troops entering Iran, specifically Karg Island, because of these gas prices climbing higher. Well, that is not something that the American people want at all. I mean, you rarely see polling data like this. I mean, just take a look here. Okay, this is a recent AP.
Shit. I mean, but we already knew that. Yeah, Bush's Iraq war in 2003 was at plus 56% overall approval versus Trump's minus 28. Like, he's wrong on this. And the thing is, like, we tried to explain to you guys, putting fucking idiots in fucking charge of shit is a bad idea, especially stubborn idiots who don't want to listen to anybody. So he's fucking dead ass wrong on all of this. But because BB and Mike Huckabee and what's his face, Lady Graham of the South, decided that they can just like whisper in his ear and get him to say and do stupid shit, and then everyone's just supposed to go along with it. It's like, well, don't you want America to succeed? At what fucking cost? You know what I mean? Doing what? She's trying to pull her hair tie out. Ha ha ha. Oh my God.
And the United Kingdom, look at these numbers. Look at these net approval ratings. They are all under 30 points, at least 30 points underwater. The UK, 34 points underwater. Japan, 73 points.
Because they're like, yo, why did you fucking do this shit? You just fucked up our entire oil situation.
When do you ever see anything that's 73 points underwater? I guess maybe stealing candy from a baby, but this is just absolutely atrocious. How about in Canada? 38 points underwater. These, of course, are key U.S. allies, and none of the people, very few of the people in these countries actually like what's going on. And if you were going to make a comparison to the war in Iraq, of course, I can't believe it. I'm counting up the years in my head.
Okay, we're going to do one last thing here. So I found this. I went to Fox News's thing on like the day of the No Kings protest. And like their post says, exclusive, the No Kings, hashtag No Kings movement is unmasking a new alliance. Communist, socialist, and Democrat activists are joining forces to try to shut down America's economy. This anti-America campaign calls for a nationwide strike on May 1st, with the aim of shutting down all work, school, and commerce throughout the country. There is only one solution: a communist revolution. Shun.
We do not care.
And this is after, and here I'll go to it. If I go to their videos, that was Saturday. So was that 3 days ago? I'm zoomed in too far. If you look at the day of the protest, they have nothing. Let me go back more. There is literally no footage. There is no stories. Yeah, this is about where it was. Oh, this is late. But it was like Tiger Woods. Yeah. Like the day of the protest, they had not a single journalist out there. They had no live reporting. They had no content about the protest at all. At all. And then later, a day and a half later, then they tried to say this shit. So the funny thing I wanted to bring out for you guys is the comment section. Here we go. So Mike G. Wiz says, so Starbucks will be closed, but all manufacturing, trucking, farming, and building jobs will be functioning as per usual. Okay. Brave assessment. They say no king, but we have members in Congress who have been in their positions for over 30 years. You don't say. How long exactly has Chuck Grassley, Virginia Fox, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Joe Biden? How long did those people spend in Congress? Nancy Pelosi. Get them the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody telling them to stay. The irony is that an actual king would not allow a protest. So there, his highness allowed you to protest. So therefore, that proves he's not a dictator. Meanwhile, 99% of the population, it was just another Saturday. I don't know, dude. I don't know. 88 million people showed up. So the end of rule of billionaires from the party funded by billionaires makes sense. Look at the cabinet. Look at the cabinet. A good opportunity to fire them all and hire normal people. This shouldn't affect too much since most of them don't work anyways. This is the funniest shit ever. Remind me to do all my shopping May 1st. The last time they did, the lines went smoother and everything was so efficient. No brains protest against Burger King. I will go to work and go out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then do shopping at multiple stores that day. I love America. Imagine how stupid you have to be to think, oh, there's people doing a protest. My first thing to do is to do the opposite of the protest. So instead of not shopping in solidarity, I'm going to spend money on things that I don't need. I left a comment. I said, oh yeah, ask Target if economic boycotts work or not. The cope is real, y'all. Talk about it tomorrow on the headliners. Yeah. And I put the links for me and Tim's channel in the description, by the way. So follow our gaming stuffs. It is never lost on me how people are so quick to do something that they feel is political, which is a good instinct, I suppose. But then for them to turn around and do the one thing that doesn't help them, and to do it as fast as possible. Like they're not slowing down. They want maximum thrust. They want to get in there like swimwear. They don't want to be slowed down. They don't want to be stopped. They want to get in as fast as possible and make the worst decision that they can think of. And it's like, dude, whose team are you on? Yeah, I'm sick of the billionaires running everything, so I'm going to go out shopping. What is your problem? What's wrong with you? How can we help you? Because you clearly have not figured out how to do things on your own. Republicans get into power and all they do is start tearing shit up. And then you say, well, what's your plan for tomorrow? And they say, I'm going to tear up more shit. Okay. Well, what about the next day? I'm going to do even more shit. Okay. I don't know how this helps you. I'm going to do even more shit. But what is your plan to do more shit? They have no plan for you and your future or anything like that. They are just going to try to burgle as much as they can. That's the plan. The plan is
for coming down here today and for everyone that comes in.
Oh, he's closing up. Damn it.
This is why I hate.
Oh, they're live. Good. Okay, good.
When people try to bash transgender gay people or people that are different from you.
Max with us, at least after Fury wasn't called that. Yeah.
Because
yeah, that would have been bad. Zionists and News are actively trying to force an apocalypse. That's literally their only goal. They think that they're the chosen ones. Yeah, I don't know why
when someone in following that,
like, guys, this happens every fucking 30, 40 years where someone says, I am the chosen one. Give me all the power.
If I allow
it never works
to attack someone that is next to me, you understand? Then I'm being a part of it.
All right, I'm getting the redirect together. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. Unfortunately, it hasn't been a calm and sweet and awesome week. It's been another fucking week of absolute abject terror, horror, and nonsense.
1 year after the
lives lost, billions wasted.
And I was born in a town,
but
in the southern part of the country,
in your states, drink some water, take all of your medication that you're supposed to.
And here in Portugal,
always remember to drink
still to
your
this day,
me.